Hi everybody, it's Mike. Today we're going to do a quick dive into MGM Grand Air. I was at a thrift store a while ago, found these playing cards from MGM Grand Air. I never heard of MGM Grand Air. I tweeted that out that I never heard of them. And my friend John Lee, you can find him on Twitter at J_Lee1988. He found a 2020 article by Mark Finley on simpleflying.com called MGM Grand Air. What was the airline and what happened to it? It's a really cool article. It goes into much more that I'm going to go into right here. And yes, I have notes out because I can't remember, so I'm not going to memorize all this. It might be a bit distracting me looking down all the time, but that's the way it's going to go. Okay, so MGM Grand Air started by a big name of Vegas history, Kirk Kerkorian. Might have heard him before. And that's what's really cool about this article. It goes back into his background. He had a pretty amazing life, too. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2015. So during World War II, Kerkorian flew Canadian-built airplanes over the ocean to Scotland for the British Royal Air Force. It's pretty interesting. And us resellers have something in common with Kirk. Once the war was over, he bought surplus military planes, refurbished them, and sold them for a profit. So he was a reseller, just like me. 1947, he bought Trans International Airlines that flew gamblers from all around the world to Vegas. So we're starting to get close to what this whole thing's about. By the 60s, Kerkorian was rolling in the dough. He bought land on the Las Vegas Strip, and he bought the Metro Goldwyn Mayer movie studio in 1969. And then he built the MGM Grand Casino, largest hotel globally at the time with more than 2,000 rooms. So now Kerkorian decided to create a charter airline, MGM Grand Air. 1987, it would fly celebrities and wealthy passengers between Los Angeles and JFK in New York. Plus, he would use MGM Grand Air to bring high-end gamblers to his Las Vegas casino. Passengers paid $1,400 to fly from Los Angeles to New York, $1,000 to fly between Las Vegas and New York, and $180 to fly from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. It wasn't much more than a first-class ticket on other airlines, but the service on MGM Grand Air was top-notch, okay? For example, there will never be more than 33 passengers on any flight, and these were, big planes. They had contoured swivel seats, private meeting rooms, gourmet food served on fine china. They had a selection of 6 first-run movies that you could choose from and offered the ability to make air-to-ground telephone calls. That was a pretty big deal back at this time. But there wasn't many passengers on many flights to keep the business going. Other airlines were cutting costs while MGM Grand Air was providing this full service for basically the same price. So by 1994, business jets were the thing, and many celebrities and business leaders switched to them. So MGM Grand Air decided to sell its assets to a small tour operator in Minnesota called Front Page Tours. So that is your quick dive into the story of MGM Grand Air. Again, check out that article with the link in the description below. Thought that was a pretty interesting story. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video down below. I'd appreciate it. And if you could subscribe, that'd be even better. All right, I'll talk to you later.